Hey, what? You gotta taste it. Hop aboard now, please. We're shipping out together to some other seas. To the sand, I'm stopping over Air 5, stopping for the outbound journey. But then again,
it's in his nature to want to share it.
Catch and shoot, 3 by not listening to the outside noise. He did a good job handling that in LA on Wednesday as he drills it.
Pretty good at what they do, and you're no longer taking the lead by surprise.
Paul George taking it to the rim. Westbrook had made 13 of 16 free throws his last 2 games coming into tonight. Went 1 of 2 on that last trip. George, man, just hangs team All-NBA a year ago. First returns on All-Star voting, 28 per game. Portland swept the Thunder. In fact, as George nails it.
Playing together by a long shot is what's always on my mind. So Paul George.
Some injury issues as Paul George smokes the...
That's Denver turning the Thunder turnover into offense. George, another tough shot, and he went to the first 12. Shooting 75%. That has pushed the Nuggets to a 5-point lead. George again, same play, almost this time.
May have gotten fouled. As I said, it was after he ran over Marquise Morris.
George, all kinds of traffic, but right there.
The standings a lot of times after games about as much as we're watching the NCAA tournament. Nice pass by Paul George. Steven Adams
to help out to snatch away that rebound.
Look at Steven Adams running the floor again.
Oh, that'll be an and 1.
That's like a classic. There's like 15 of those movies that have come out since then.
A long time ago. He's playing with some confidence. The Thunder need to get some confidence here on the offensive end as George used that left shoulder, create some space by George. Tough step back brave. Splashes home for Paul George. Much needed. George wants to make his move. Adams on the block. Keep the pressure on. You got to keep it at single digits. George made 1, make it 2.
Thunder right now. Just continue to score. That's going to be a big factor here this final 6 minutes.
George is going to have to operate with alacrity. Drives quickly down the lane.
The Pistons and Oklahoma City Thunder here. Paul George with a turning down on the other end. Paul George gets an Adams screen. George to the basket. Got a block, got it back, reverses, scores.
A plus 18 advantage inside for the Thunder.
George starts 15 in the second. Paul George fires, fills it up. Down from downtown. But George counters.
Do something, call somebody, tell them to tune in. This
George. 5 minutes left in the third. Paul George, the 3, and it's the 3. George goes down, trying to fight position against Langston Galloway. Now gets to the basket and scores it.
Adams passed up a shot for a better shot. I discuss free agency. You don't hear that kind of buzz or talk coming out of the paint. George on the break. And George finishes with the slam.
Adams, certainly something they felt like they gave him too many easy looks and too many easy baskets.
Well, you know. George for 3. Butter. Okay. George going to work here. Physical against Matthews. And 1. Count it. Man, that was hand-to-hand combat. And Matthews going to have to take that tee with him, too.
Matthews on the back end.
Wow.
I mean, that's an offensive foul.
More shots. Billy, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Back to you guys.
Switching very little. On ball, they'll switch a little bit more, but you're right. Paul George with a terrific But the catch and go by George, the bump by Matthews.
He does the dirty work at the defensive end. He'll drive
into inbound. And Westbrook fouled.
28 points per game. That's the second best average in the league behind only James Harden, who used to live here. Here comes Paul George. Easy score for him.
Get another shot up. Doing such a good job finding the open areas, too.
Well, right now, he's on a three-point buffet. Well, that Heat bench has been terrific. They've outscored the Thunder reserves 39-2. George, another Olynyk over a 4-game stretch prior to tonight had missed 20 of his 25 shots. 2-3 zone. Paul George from the corner.
Able to operate and come off it.
That's Paul George. He buries the three.
He knocked it down.
Now George flares out his first three of the game. And that dropped off the bench for the Pacers. Nifty move. George on the step back three. Paul George already with 10 points here in his first half. Wants another three and got another three.
And just him swiping at the ball forced Sabonis to miss that.
And George rising up for the thunderous slam, forcing that miss. But they let Bogdanovich open. Paul George still feeling it from three. Here's George, who's been masterful here in the first half, and that mastery continues. Thunder defense again comes up with another turnover. Leaking is George, and he slips by Bogdanovich for
of his job description.
There was no free throw, there was no clear path foul, but what an acrobatic play from 5 out of 30 at the free throw line of the game. George from the corner, and he knocks down a huge three, and a noose by Bogdanovich. Steps into the three. Paul George ties it in.
The Grizzlies had been playing with. That third game in the fourth night against Minnesota, just too much is Paul George. Wherever, volleyball, gymnastics, you're doing a little too much.
Point of the second quarter. Grizzlies had their streak of 105, of 8 games, I should say, 8 home games. Here's Paul George for three. Paul George spins back baseline. They're trying to split the double team. And Paul George got 14 and 5 assists. Paul George blocked by Bruno, but George gets it back and scores in a foul.
18. He's in FedEx, and is that same day delivery or next day?
Well, depends on how much you want to spend there. As he was able to knock down a couple of threes. George, another flare out, three on the way, splashes it.
He's backed it up. Good look for Paul George here as he knocks it down. That's what.
Schroeder, a kick out to a wide open George. That's second in a row.
I'm still looking to get on the board here.
George in the mid-range, pulls up, got the foul call wide open, and he's made the Thunder pay now 4 times. George answers right back as he dreams.
Well, they got a little shot happy from distance. They're not falling. He'll take that.
George using his size inside, got the bounce. Defense there by Terrence Ferguson.
And you know, better defense and defending without fouling as well.
George, nice to the game, and this is the biggest lead of the game for Toronto at 13. George trying to get 3 back and will in this second half.
Good defense by Paul George on Kawhi Leonard.
George catch fire, that's good. Splat by Westbrook as the defense putting its foot down. George for 3, that's good. Now Schroeder finds a trailer. Paul George.
Over 18 points a game. Harrison Barnes still a lethal 3-point shooter. Likes to post up as well. Tough drive by him.
There's another deflection. Now George trying to get off to the races. One man to beat, goes to the rim, off the glass. Paul George maneuvering around. That's good.
He's got a couple of steals already in his first half like that.
And how about George off the 17-0 now Westbrook. Creates another one. This time it's George on the other end, and the windmill. Plenty of time to work. Pulls up, elbow jumper, cash. 17 in the game. It's the biggest lead of the game for Dallas. Finally, Paul. They're just sagging off of Westbrook, daring him to shoot that 3. But it's George. Tees it up and knocks. One-on-one shot. Look at the shots he won. George again.